Here's it. No. Let's go back to the car. I have an idea. So this is the car. This is like the equivalent of a fat chick. This is 200,000-mile Honda Civic, and these are the suitors that come. And the buyers tend to be broke because it's got a lot of miles and it's big. So, yeah, so it's not. I'm not even saying this about you. I'm saying look at all of the men that have come on the show and that have said they like bigger women are broke.
Let's see just how good Pearl is. Okay, she explains why modern women are worthless. Her words, not mine. Let's get into it.
Anyway. Stop selling these dreams, sir. Let me break this down for you. You're part of the problem. You're part of the problem. You know it. No way. I'm gonna. No way. Please stop. No offense. You know this isn't true. You know. Okay, so these are the men. I'm gonna show you what's going on in the dating market. And the reason I know this is because I've done, again, hundreds of shows. I've interviewed hundreds of people. And also, dating apps will back up what I'm saying. So, now we have the women and the men that date each other. Okay? All right, so these are the provider top dogs, all right? And the problem is, right now, is that they are fucking everybody.
Exactly. That's the problem.
Yeah, exactly. No.
That's the
no, let me. And I'll tell you, no, the problem is that these women are delusional enough to think, these women here and here are delusional enough to think that they deserve this and this, when really they deserve this. Yeah. So the point is, if the men that are if the, and even those guys, I really do believe sometimes, this is selling a dream a little bit, but there's occasionally a girl hot enough to get one of these guys to be faithful. Occasionally, not really. They have too much, but the real problem is we all just think we're better than we are. And if I ever imply that maybe we're here, and here, because most people are average, then the blame always gets put on these guys.
So I've seen this before, and it looks like it's Pearl's first time having to kind of like explain this. So I guess I'll try and give like a pseudo breakdown, but you guys probably already get it because you know this content, so I'm not going to waste the time with it. But is that the reason women are worthless, or are we just talking about delusional right now? Let's keep watching before I go in.
You're co-signing this. I don't like it. But this is what's going on, right?
That does happen.
Yeah.
That does happen. It's a fact in the modern day.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? Because the modern day, what we're being fed and what is going on in our vision and everywhere and what everyone's doing and what's lit and what's hit to society right now is mingling, dating, partying, drinking, just doing all of this stuff. So therefore, it's going to put everyone in that mindset of everything is just one big orgy.
So now what we're doing is we're putting it on the men and the women, when really only these guys are participating. These guys down here are not partaking. They can't. So really, it's all the women partaking in this. A couple of guys. So it's really more on us.
But you said
statistically, that is true. The smaller population or minority of men are responsible for the larger number of children born, baby mamas, etc., etc. So she's not wrong in that aspect. And if the question is, are modern women really single by choice? No, she's technically not wrong in that aspect either. Because on the graph, we do see there's a guy here, there's a guy here, there's a guy here, and there's a guy at the top. So the bottom four guys could get with the bottom four girls, but the bottom four girls all want the top guy. This is true. All right. She did like not too great a job explaining it thoroughly, but more or less this is true. The top guy can get any girl he wants pretty much without, too much of a hassle, too much restriction. And it trickles down with each guy that follows in the pecking order. But all the women, of course, want the top at least 3, maybe 2, but top 2 to 3 guys. And that's just unrealistic because that top guy is only going to be faithful probably to one, like she said. Well, no, he'll more than likely be faithful to one.
Because we value ourselves more. That's the reason why we're thinking that we deserve better than what we are.
Yeah.
But why is it inverse? And the woman is like devaluing herself because she does not realize her worth.
Well, I would say that in 2023, we're pretty much worthless. Yep, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. Now, remember.
Okay,
No,
and
now remember.
these ideas, what you're speaking about, have you got a child?
No kids.
No kids, and that's by choice.
It was by the choices that I made. Every place I am in life is my own fault and my own choice.
Okay, that's your accountability.
By choice.
No.
It's your own. You just said it. It's your own choice.
No.
Everything that you've done is because of your choice.
Look it. We don't look it. They're not. And this is the funny thing. This is like a gut reaction, and I know this because I've done so many shows. When you don't like the information I'm saying, then it's like, Pearl. What about you? What about you?
No, but we have to understand the person who's speaking these things that we are not.
No, I'm telling you, it's what I've seen from hundreds of shows.
No, that's fair.
And I do keep my...
From who?
What?
Hundreds of shows, but what's the panel?
Diverse. It's a diverse panel across.
You think I could do 600 plus? Okay, so we're going to go back to... Oh, I forgot, what was the question? Now you got me off topic.
It's because of women.
Oh, yeah. So basically, okay. So what makes a woman valuable? What makes a woman why women are worthless in 2020?
Yeah.
Before you get ego tripping and before you get butt hurt, women are valuable. Women are as valuable as men. If we're talking about in the sexual marketplace, a woman's value is heavily tied to her femininity and her looks.
And the way I look at this is not in 2023 standards. I look at history. Okay? Okay? So, why 2023 chicks are worthless? You're going to agree with me in 2 seconds. You won't say it, but you'll know I'm telling the truth. Now, okay. What do men typically want? Let's start youth.
Yep.
Men like younger women. Apps show that at about 22-ish, sometimes 18, so really 22, but I'm going to say 18 just, to be nice, is when we peak. So 22 is when we're the hottest. After that, you're less. Yep. So then they want purity.
Yeah.
Okay?
True.
What they're showing is that 1 out of 3 of us has an STD. 1 out of 4 of us, 1 out of 3 of us has an STD. 1 out of 3 has gotten an abortion. Okay? And the average partner count is like 5 to 8. What happens when you've slept with 5+ people? You actually have a 20% chance of being a happy marriage. So that means there's an 80% chance that you are done, finished. You're going to be divorced or miserable. Yep, 80% chance if you slept with this many people. Okay, so we don't bring purity to the table. Now, let's see, purity, youth, and fitness, right? Come on, you agree with this, right?
But I disagree. You know why I disagree? Because
what?
African culture, the fitness, as you said, is not
Nope,
like that.
I've had so many African men on my show.
That's not true.
He's from Nigeria. I have another Zimbabwe guy in the back. Okay. No, he's from
Nigeria is in West Africa. I literally moved to the UK in 2019. Whenever people talk about Africa, it always makes me laugh because you guys don't know what you're talking about.
I know. I was born in Africa.
Bruh, so I don't know why.
That's the reason I'm telling you what I'm saying.
Perpetrating this nonsense. I'll tell you, the reality is most of the women that claim that they are now big and they are married, all of them were fit before they got married.
100%, I agree.
Let me make my point. They get into marriage and then they get fat. That's what usually happens.
Now,
But if you go and look at all our mothers, go and look at their pictures when they were all in uni. All of them were all slim.
But
all.
So you want to say that the African culture, the real African culture, would say that a woman has to be fit?
Yes.
No,
that's not true.
No, that's not true.
What African men are attracted to is fit women.
Curves.
Yeah.
Curves is not fat.
I'm not saying about fat.
What is it?
But when she's talking about fitness, like proper fitness, they're not fit.
They can be fit and curvy.
They still have that little
That's not
belly.
true.
No, that's not true. I disagree.
Of course, you can be fit and curvy. Come on, girls.
No, you can be fit and curvy, but what I'm saying is, the African culture, we're not going to be fat, but we're not going to be fit as well. We're going to be in the mid, a bit chubby.
That's not true.
That's true.
No, you look up.
That's not true. No, I disagree. I'm sorry.
It really just sounds like excuses not to do what you're supposed to do and maintain a healthy body image and body weight. I don't know why we're debating fat versus fit versus curvy versus in between. just get in the gym. It's not that hard.
I would say look up your BMI, and if your BMI is over, then no, you're not in that category.
Okay. But again, I
Yeah.
disagree.
Look it. Okay, so now we're gonna go. And also, why are you arguing for Africa when you're in England?
No, it's not about Africa. It's about
Like,
culture.
like
Because
you're in England.
There's a lot of black people sitting here. So at the end of the day, so what I'm saying is we have to understand the cultural background as well.
After England,
I
think I've had the most like African people on my show. Like African guys come on my show all the time.
He has to be a factor.
No, it's not.
Where you
I'm
coming from
telling
has to be
you.
a
I don't think everyone is in.
Bro,
I have a guy from.
You don't date women. I date women, and most of the guys I know that we all grew up in Nigeria, we all talk about these things. How can you tell us what we like in women? That's
you know.
But that's you and your
Okay, actually, you know what? I will tell you why this happens. Like why she believes this. Because here's a guy right here, and he sees a fat chick, okay, and he'll tell her what she wants to hear and to get laid. That's the problem.
Fact.
So it's not because they will have sex with the fatties, but they're not going to marry them.
This is true. There are low shooters. There are cherry pickers. There are people who only go for low-hanging fruit. It is what it is. But that's not the majority of men by far.
No, it's possible.
It's possible, but not likely. So, okay, but like so let me go back to why women are worthless in 2023.
This is crazy.
Let me go to why.
That's an important point. The reason why they always default to that argument of, there's a fat woman that got married is because the reality is, if you actually look at it, most men that tend to marry fat women, usually it's just like the same situation we're talking about. Those are the options that they had. If you go look at the most
or they're fat men as well.
Exactly. If you go look at the most successful men, even in Africa, when they have the most option, they don't pick fat women.
Actually, you know what? Let's go back to the car analogy. Okay, so let's go back to. So here's no. Let's go back to the car. I have an idea. So this is the car. This is like the equivalent of a fat chick. This is 200,000-mile Honda Civic, and these are the suitors that come. And the buyers tend to be broke because it's got a lot of miles and it's big. So, it's not. I'm not even saying this about you. I'm saying all of the men that have come on the show and that have said they like bigger women are broke. Yeah, broke men.
That's
broke men.
No, okay.
That's
your panel. That's your panel.
Remember, it's always subjective, but the majority of men ideally would not want a fat chick.
Well, my question is, where is Leonardo DiCaprio? All of the men with the most options, where is their fatty?
Do you think he is? No, okay.
Oh, come on.
Some
okay.
people.
All right, let's go look at NBA wives. Let's go look at.
Some people actually get married to skinny girls, but actually love fat girls
for sex. Yep. But they don't want to be seen in public. They want to go,
Why? Because generation.
Because the chick doesn't make them look good on their arm. They make them look low value. That's what, because you're supposed to represent the guy. The same way if I dress like a bum, it makes my guy look bad. It shows. And the other thing you're not taking into account, so let's do fit.
I will give her that. That's a very good point. Who you have on your arm does impact your image. How you're seen to other men, how you're seen to women. It does, right? And it's not always, oh my gosh, look at that. She is, ugh. It's just like, damn. Thought you was hitting better than that, bro. Thought you was batting better than that. So, I mean, she's not wrong about that.
Fitness, because that helps with children. Fat chicks have way more complications. They have a harder time getting pregnant. So if a traditional man wants children, he can't pick a fat chick. Because guys, you might not know that they think like this. Even the chubby girls, they might think, okay, she's got a good shape. But the way men think is they're like, all right, if she has a kid, she's gonna put on like 20, and she's gonna be gone. So that's why it's like they're like, okay, if she's already chubby in her 20s, what is that? What is that? Yeah, then I have a lifetime of. Another
thing a lot of women don't take into consideration is the fact that men are actually not stupid. We actually think about a lot of things. If we pick a fat woman, she's more than likely to pass down those traits to our children. Men think about these things, you know.
That's true. Brother Polite used to say this. Disease isn't inherited. Bad habits are. So if you are a obese woman or oversized woman, and I mate with you, you're going to then pass the same traits that got you obese down to my children, and then that's going to be an issue because I'm going to be like, I'm a fitness guy, you're a fat trick, and it's just going to cause a lot of issues, a lot of problems. It's best that we both stay in as best health and physical condition as possible.
1 second.
This is
So now, because
because if the lady's overweight and she consumes a lot of food and her lifestyle is of an overweight
It's about
lifestyle,
lifestyle,
and
though.
she has a child, then the child is gonna adapt that kind of mechanism. Hence why you will see a little chubby, cute
100%,
baby
but it's about
because of
lifestyle. It's not about genetics.
no, genetics has a big part to play as well. If there's obese mother, then the genetic of that obesity can pass through to the child.
So we're talking about fat obese, though.
No, just
So
general.
so what's the qualification of fat we're talking about right now here?
BMI.
BMI.
Okay, BMI.
Must be BMI.
But it's not always accurate, but we get the BMI. But either way, it's just about aesthetics.
Yeah,
Fat is not ideally what the men would want as first choice.
Yeah.
It
Your
happens
BMI is
sometimes.
mass
Yeah,
ratio.
exactly. So therefore, what the argument is that the fitness aspect of this is you have to take accountability for not being chosen if you're not at that BMI.
Well, this is the point. When we were talking about women settling before, the reason why most men would eventually marry a fat man is because men tend to settle. Men are more realistic. If they look at their situation and they see, okay, you know what, I've been out in this market, I've tried my best, I've tried to get, men would settle. But women look at settling like this, oh, yes, we're in jail.
And let's go into that real quick. Men settle faster and more reasonably because from a young age, we've had to fight. We've had to endure a 25-year-old talking to high school girls and him having a car, him having a job, him having all this other stuff. We've had to endure a lot of competition and loss. So we're very realistic about our capabilities, what we can do, what we can't do. Women have lived in La La Land. When they were younger and more attractive, they could get any guy they want to talk to them, have sex with them, take them on dates, date them, anything, right? So women have always had the opportunity to talk to and get more men than men have, to get women. So women take what they had in high school and apply it to their adult lives, but now they're out of shape, they have kids, yada, yada, yada. It's not the same ball game. So it's not going to be the same pitch. That's basically it. Like,
Now we've lost in life. It's crazy.
That's true. Men do settle way more than women.
Yeah. And we could see that because modern women are worthless.
all right, that was a cool video. She didn't really prove modern women are worthless. That's a very hyperbolic statement. That's a very egregious statement. I would never say any woman is worthless. That's just weird. And that's like you're just doing degenerate, debaucherous activity and whatnot. So no women are worthless. She didn't necessarily prove it, which is a good thing because I was curious to see if she would. But yeah, we out.